Today is July 14th, 2032. By now, all the fish are dead.
Bum. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Maryland Fishing Line. Blah, 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 blah. You ready? I'm going to hit record.
Let's get a call. Pitter patter.
Pitter patter. Let's get at her. Let me get to the right page. All right, buddy. I'm Brian.
And I'm Joey.
Welcome to the Maryland Fishing Line, episode 49. Today is Tuesday, June 1st, 2021. We've had a couple of bouncing back and forth with like here, not here, not here.
My shop burned down.
Yeah, so those of you who don't know, Joey's bike shop burned down. That's right. This is the paddle sports side. People know. But folks
I think
that
everyone
listen,
knows.
Everyone knows. But there's probably some people here that watch us that hadn't heard about that. The Patuxent Adventure Center did burn to the ground.
Literally.
Literally nothing left. So there's that.
Nothing salvageable. There's stuff.
There's stuff. There's
Just
some
not
debris.
stuff.
There's that.
That was a filthy animal today.
Yeah.
Rummaging through some fire.
Sean is here. Darren is here. Everybody seems like they know. Yep. Darren sends you.
Yeah.
Joey, hope things are looking up. And they are.
I'm on the up and up. I did a pretty big synopsis. Was supposed to be quick on the GTD. The YouTube page last week, Gravel Travel Dirt page last week, kind of broke everything down. I was really tired. There was no alcohol or anything. But I tried to go through just to answer everyone's questions. So if you want a detailed thing of that, go over to our other YouTube page.
The Mid-Atlantic Gravel Travel and Dirt, and you can get a whole rundown.
Sorry, my neck's stiff.
But the upside right now is that paddle sports is open. Go down to Leonardtown.
Yeah.
If you need anything,
No
Joey,
fishing kayaks.
No fishing kayaks. Well, that wasn't going to happen anyway.
That wasn't going to happen anyway.
So everything's there. Joey's up. Joey's running. Joey at packpaddle.com. If you need anything, you can get a hold of Joey there.
Yep.
And he can take care of you, get you hooked up, whatever it is you need. Did
Yes,
you
sir.
lose a lot of paddle sport stuff? But you
No.
had moved everything down to Leonardtown.
Majority of it, I lost 2 paddleboards, 2 kayaks, some stand-up paddleboard paddles I really wanted to keep.
Ooh.
So that's my only hiccup right now. But that's about it.
Yeah, so from
Paddle
a
sports is good.
paddle sports perspective, there's really
Yeah,
not a
I
whole
lost a
lot.
couple tackle boxes of like odds and end parts for like native. Like I have a couple of those big tackle boxes full of just parts.
Yeah.
I lost all those.
So had the Boondocks order come in yet?
Luckily, no.
That's fantastic.
But I've also I notified everyone, Pitt, Ohio, and everything to cancel shipment. So I actually got to reevaluate.
Where you're
That was
at.
supposed to come in late last week, which means Pitt, Ohio showed up with bikes on Monday or Tuesday in the middle of all this,
Oh, Jesus.
and that's when I was like, Pitt, Ohio, like anything pretty much just send back.
Yeah. You got nowhere to receive it.
Yeah.
Because you
So
can't,
I did
really
take
do
those-
that at Leonardtown either. You
No,
can't
I did
receive
take
stuff.
all those bikes up to Proteus that same day.
Yeah.
Tuesday was a long day.
Your
I
days,
actually need to evaluate a lot of the. Yeah, I'm catching up.
yeah, I feel like your days have all been long of late.
They're all long.
So that's
They're
what's going
long,
on.
but I feel like I never get anything done. It takes like
Yeah.
It takes like an hour to get a hold of like one
Yeah.
person with a
Yeah.
bike there. They all want to talk to you all day.
Yeah.
Anyway, this is a fishing podcast.
Let's talk about what's going on around the state. Cold front passed through, as everybody knows.
Cicadas.
Oh, wow. But it's now gone, and things are going to get back to normal quickly. Hearing reports of specks in the mouth of Patuxent, Potomac, and in the Salt Islands and the Hunger River. Have you seen any specks? Have you caught any specks in Mill Creek yet?
A couple small ones. I've been seeing a bunch of people in the neighborhood catching some like keeper size, which like low 20s. My neighbor Steve has been out a couple times and done really well because I don't need a lot of fish, but I want to take a speck. I want to clean it and put it on the grill like whole and stuff it and stuff.
Cool.
So I'm on the hunt. I went out last Monday, hours before the fire. I had a great day on Monday, but I'll come back to that. But yeah, specks are in Mill Creek right now.
So I haven't seen any up in my creek yet, but I just think they haven't gotten that far up. I bet if I went down to the mouth and really focused on the mouth of the creek on the river, I'd probably start to encounter some. But I haven't gone that far down yet.
Yeah.
Stripers are showing up in the shallows for folks casting lures, and there are many keeper size 19 inches and 20 inches. So it's 19 inches in Maryland and 20 inches in the Potomac. So everything's open now. All the Maryland waters are open for
Is your creek
rockfish.
open now?
Yes, sir. Today, as of today, June 1st, everything's open.
Oh, today's the first.
19 inches in Maryland, 20 inches in the Potomac. Everything's open.
Excellent. Perch are in the creeks for lure casters, beetle spins, and perch hounders. Bottom fishermen can find plenty of perch in 20 to 30 inches. 30 feet of water on the oyster bars.
20 to 30 inches, too.
Yeah, well, that too, probably.
Yeah.
Spot have made an early appearance in both the Potomac and the Patuxent and are mixed with the crazy perch catches.
Catfish are very active and eager to take your cut bait, and crabs are starting to come on strong. I caught crabs before I went to Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
I put out some my 2 pots on the pier, and I had half dozen crabs in a day or so.
Yeah.
And I asked my wife before I left for Pennsylvania, because I was going to Pennsylvania for a bike trip, leading a bike tour up in Pennsylvania. And I said, do you want to deal with these? She said no. So I just went out and dumped the crabs back out and pulled the pots. But I put them back in when I got home yesterday. And I've already got 3, 4, 5. I worked all day on my wet dock today, getting that
Is it
up
wet?
and running. It's not yet.
Oh, then you didn't do it
Getting
right.
close. It's getting very close.
Bass, crappie, bluegill, and chain pickerel are all biting right now.
Yeah, it's like the trifectas.
Yeah.
Because, the pickerel will turn off here in about, a month or so. They'll kind of, when the water gets real warm, they get really... I don't want to eat anything that you're throwing at me. They're not nearly as aggressive.
Yeah.
But everything right now is on fire, freshwater.
Snakehead. I've been seeing a lot of snakehead, but
Where are you
according
seeing
to the fishing
snakehead?
report, they're avoiding the carp. So if you see them go anywhere else,
Well, anytime the carp, because the carp are spawning.
Yeah.
And anytime the carp are spawning and they're making all that ruckus, the snakehead, it spooks them. And they just go, so if you're hearing a bunch of, carp rolling around, go find somewhere else if you're looking for
because
snakehead.
carp aren't even going to bite.
Not going to be there.
I've been seeing people destroying carp and other fish up north, like Potomac wise, with the cicadas. The fly, I got a lot of fly fishermen. Everyone's been tying cicada flies. That's freaking.
We don't get the cicadas down here.
No, thank God. I've been up in College Park a lot lately.
It's like a
It's just that it's just so creepy in the background.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know how to describe. He's
You
like
have to
Jeff
look
was on
to
the phone with me today. He was on the loading dock at Proteus, and you could just hear the background was full of.
I was watching some news coverage of something today, and they were talking to some people outdoors, and you couldn't even hear what the people were saying on the news because of the cicadas.
I was on the phone the other day up at College Park, and I got hit in the face by a couple. You hear like an 8-year-old girl. Yeah. And then I was waiting for Paul got one down his shirt. He said, "I was like, they're just annoying, is what they are."
I thought I would deal with them a little bit more on Great Allegheny Passage, but
nothing.
Only when you got into Cumberland when it wasn't raining. The one time the turn I came in Cumberland when it wasn't raining, I heard them. But they're not. I guess they say our soil here in the south end of the county is too sandy.
Good,
from what I hear, and anywhere in southern Maryland, it's too sandy.
Yeah, sandy bottom.
So people aren't. We don't have the cicadas.
Yeah.
So Joey, I know the whole shop thing.
Shop burned down. Go look at Gravel Travel Dirt YouTube.
Yeah, be done with it. What else is going on in the fishing world?
In the fishing world, I did get on the creek hours before last Monday, because last Monday night I was dead asleep and got a phone call about my alarm going off at the store and realized it was the fire department busting my door down.
Scary.
So I wanted to go out early Monday morning. Weather wasn't looking great, so I didn't sleep in, but I didn't go in the water. I don't believe in sleeping in anymore. So midday came around. I got some work done. Just freaking rearranged the service area of the shop. That was a lot of work. I didn't say anything about that. Yeah, busted our backs moving counters. But got down the creek for like 3 hours, pouring down rain. I got did I show you my new hat? You saw me yesterday with it.
Oh yeah, I did.
I got a cowboy.
Yeah.
I saw him up in New York when I was in the Catskills. Like, I really want one of those. So I finally bought one, which is freaking awesome in the rain. It's not like one of those like $10 straw ones. Everyone like it's like a Fish Pond made it. It's like I wanted a Stetson, but I wanted the Fish Pond too. It was great. I figured it's like, all right, I got my like quick dry pants. I got a nice rain jacket. My hat. I was great fishing. It was pouring. And I hit my normal spots. Not normal because the osprey, I'm terrified of ospreys still. And the ospreys are very territorial right now. The boot. Like,
I saw one. Was fishing last night.
So many right here.
And it was chasing the blue heron. And I hate it when they do that.
Oh, yeah.
They basically dive bomb the herons and they're like attacking them and knocking them in the water.
I don't want to be like the heron.
No.
There was one. I got kind of harassed by one. But where I really want to fish right now with the ospreys in their nest, they're very territorial.
Yeah.
So I missed a couple areas I'd really like to do well for specs. I caught some bluefish last week, which is
Did
early.
you really?
Right
Wow.
across the creek. Some little perch, stripers, a little speck.
Awesome.
No puppy drum yet. What else did I catch? The blues were the kind of thing I was like, I didn't even know the blues were here.
Yeah.
It wasn't bad. Some nice stripers up towards the mouth of the creek. I was fishing a lot of the drop-offs. I marked a lot of really nice fish, and then right where I really wanted to try a speck spot or even like the weak fish. Yeah, there was an osprey sitting off watching its, I guess, wife's nest or whatever you want to call it, and he started kind of pestering me, and then like right when he kind of just like hovers right above you really high. So like I got my net out and I'm like paddling as fast as I can. Like, come on, man! Like it's just not my day. And I worked my way in, but it actually wasn't bad.
Yeah.
First time I actually charged my Garmin the whole time, so I had that going for me.
Nice.
Marked a lot of stuff and did. But that was fun. That was about it. I planned on. I thought I'd fish a little bit more with everything going on to kind of get away, but just haven't had time.
Oh, you got your hands full.
Yeah.
You got your hands full. I went out Memorial Day afternoon. I think I texted you.
Yeah.
There's so much boat traffic on the creek on a holiday like that.
Yeah.
It scatters.
That's
the
why I didn't
fish.
go out. You were like, oh, filing time. Like, your creek probably isn't as bad as down here, I guess.
Oh no, with
There's a lot of
Virus?
people because of Virus.
with Virus.
This place is a freaking nightmare
Yeah,
because we're right at the mouth.
Yeah, you get more boat traffic.
And
than
I'm
I
in
do.
the area
Absolutely.
where under 21 feet, the no wake zone doesn't apply. Freaking, I hate it. Most people don't look at that length. It's like 25 footers.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, it was Monday evening, and it's the beginning of the boating season because I texted you. It was like,
Yeah.
and I was exaggerating, and I saw 10 boats being towed,
Yeah.
but I definitely saw a bunch of boats being towed. They'd been out
Yeah.
for the day, and then all of a sudden it stopped, so now they're getting their boat towed by somebody else.
Yeah.
That was definitely, and there's so many people on the water.
It's time for your favorite Instagram page.
You can attest to this, that they just don't know what they're doing in their boats. You got to watch out for them in a kayak.
Yeah.
I mean, I had probably a 32.
You need an air horn.
You know what? I actually don't think it's a bad
And a
idea.
gun.
I don't think it's a bad. That's a little maybe overkill, but I think an air
But
horn is probably not a bad idea. It was like I'm sitting there wondering, like, are you going to run me over? And it was like they were like, oh, I'm going to go behind you. I know, but they literally were this giant boat pushing off this massive wake and must have passed me within like 15 feet. And I was over on the point off on the side of the creek. I'm very careful. I avoid the center of the channel.
Yeah.
I make quick runs across the main part of the creek if I'm trying to get from one side to the other. So I'm conscientious of that. I'm very careful. And this one was like, nope. That's a straight line for me to go this way. So sorry, you're in my way. I'm gonna run you over. That was interesting. But so I think before I left, the skate had they scattered my rockfish in the creek.
Oh, yeah, I saw skate last week.
Yeah, they're up in here spawning before they head back out to hang out with the cobia in the bay. But I'm definitely on rockfish. There are definitely stripers in the creek. Definitely ready to roll, ready to rumble. And I think
Let's get ready to
my
rumble.
best days of the week in the creek, I think, are going to be like Wednesday, Thursday, because the boat traffic will have died down.
Thursday nights are my favorite.
And maybe a Friday morning might be really good. I don't get the Friday boat traffic. You get Friday boat traffic from people going down to bless you. You get Friday boat traffic from people going in to go to Tiki Bar and stuff like that. I don't get that Friday night boat traffic, but I'll get the Saturday, and so it kind of pushes things around on Sunday. I think the spooks the fish a little bit, and they're not in their usual spots. There we go, bless you.
What would you call this bullshit here?
But they're here. I'm very excited now that it's June 1st, and I can actually officially begin catching and targeting rockfish. I'm excited about that. I spent all day, like I said earlier, working on the wet dock, which is a lot more work than you might think, trying to convert an old big boat lift into something that you can launch kayaks from. It was a lot of work. I had to take all the guides off, which had been on there for 20 years, so I had to, as you can imagine, take an impact wrench to them, and it's all over the water, so I'm standing in my little pond boat, like
Yeah.
grabbing onto stuff, trying to run impact wrenches, and got everything stripped off of it. And then my brother came down and he helped me get the framework for the deck laid out, which was its own set of challenges, trying to run a nail gun from a boat that's moving. And then the kids up the creek wanted to plumb and play and run their jet skis right in front and run their boats right in front. And so I'm sitting there every once in a while having to hold on to something to keep the weight from bouncing me off. I only almost fell out of the boat one time, was really close.
Yeah.
One time was really close. So that's been my week. I'm just excited to be able to get back on fish. So it seems like a hey Jess. Seems like it's been a long time coming between the end of the fall, but it's exciting. I think Chris was saying, our fish are basically in the same place that we left them, which is the same haunts, the same holes, the same lumps. Everything's holding fish. It's nice when you kind of know exactly where they are. Anything else, Joey, from your world?
Nope. I said
No.
shop burned down.
Shop burned down?
I'll be in Leonardtown a little bit more for the time being. Working on a new lease for a new place in Solomon's.
Your attitude's fantastic, buddy. I swear. I swear.
I'm not doing
Awesome.
Solomon's rentals.
No.
Logistically, it's a nightmare right now.
Oh,
If I got to pay
So even your boats that are down at the Holiday Inn?
I'm going to move them to Leonardtown. I can rent them out the same amount. It's just now I don't have to pay someone to sit in a lawn chair
Yeah.
down by the water because we don't have the store. For the time being, we'll get back and I start doing a lot of party rentals soon, where like 10, 20 people want to do something. I'll move boats for that.
Yeah.
I got a big truck and trailer for that. So,
Well,
less thing to worry about.
when the bike shop was right there,
It was
the
easy,
pack
yeah.
was right. It was very easy because it's like right there connected to each other.
So we'll reevaluate. But I'm gonna back the trailer down there.
Do they know that?
I'll talk to them. If people get mad at me right now, they can kick rocks.
That's exactly the truth. They can
So-
kick rocks, throw rocks. They can do whatever they want to with rocks.
I'll give
They
him pink
can-
eye. No, but
You want to do this or that?
yeah,
Okay, let's do this or that. Joey, would you rather deal with mosquitoes or no-see-ums? Oh, that's a tough one, isn't it?
they both suck.
They both suck. The no-see-ums, I hate it when they bzz your ears and zoom into your eyes. But mosquitoes, leaves you with welts all over the place.
I guess no-see-ums.
Over the
I
mosquitoes.
guess both of them.
Well, mosquitoes carry disease.
I don't get anything. Oh, not gonna, yeah.
No-see-ums don't. No-see-ums don't carry disease that I know.
I'm pretty good now about like even this summer wearing pants and long sleeve and a hood if I want to.
Mhm.
So
I
it kind
need
of
to
keeps
get-
me protected and so it's not as annoying.
I need to get better at that. I use sunscreen, but
You get about as dark as this table.
well, I use sunscreen. I use 50 SPF 50, and I still turn.
I got a new sun shirt that the other day, like the
I'm-
Howlers one. That's my favorite one.
I definitely need to get better with my long sleeve, and I got one of the shirts, the light shirts
Yeah.
with the hood. I need to kind of start protecting my neck and my
The
ears
neck,
a little
yeah.
bit better.
That's why I wear the hoods,
Yeah.
and I'll put the hood up.
Yeah.
And I got my big hat.
Yeah,
My dad got skin cancer last year. I don't
know,
wanna deal with that.
And my dad had
30
it,
might be
you
too
know.
late. Like I might have already started something, but at least I can,
I'm
move forward.
yeah.
I
I think I'd rather deal with the no-see-ums than the mosquitoes because, like you said, like I said, mosquitoes they carry like bad stuff.
just
bad
hate the
juju.
mosquito bites,
Yeah,
and I usually get them on my feet because I wear pants,
Yeah.
like quick dry pants and a long sleeve, and
yeah,
freaking the top of your feet itch.
yeah.
The top of my feet get pretty dark, which is weird.
Paul said mosquito, deep woods off keeps them at bay. That's truth. Deet. All of this nonsense with like use lemon oil and vinegar and make
Essential
yourself
oils.
No.
Get your essential oils out.
Deet is what works. I'd rather deal with whatever impact of DEET than the Zika virus or whatever nonsense comes from mosquitoes. DEET is the way to go.
I need to put DEET on my feet.
Darren says, "Welcome to my world. SPF 50 and still burn."
Yep.
I'm that. I just
I
turn
still put
brown.
sunscreen on and then my clothes.
Yeah. And
I do pretty well for a redhead.
Yeah.
Like I'll get pretty dark, but
but you're so careful. I'm gonna give you props. I need to be more like you. You're really careful with the sun. I just get distracted, and I think the sunscreen is going to do the job, and it probably is not doing the job. And so, second item on this or that, Joey, would you rather catch a snake
Nope. I'll go with whatever's next.
or an osprey?
Oh. What if I just cut the line?
Well, that's an option. That's an option. You could cut the line.
This is one I choose not to answer. I don't want. Oh.
That's a good one, though, isn't it, for you? A snake or an osprey? I told you I did my homework this week.
I hate ospreys. Like snakes suck. I'm terrified of snakes. Ospreys are just little shitheads.
Yeah, they're nasty, aggressive birds.
Yeah,
and
I hate them. They
Where
need
you
to go
at?
away.
Snake or an osprey?
No, I don't want to.
And cutting the line is that's exactly what you would do with either one of them in my world. But the realization that you've actually got this connected to you in some way for even for a short period of time for you.
I feel like a
is
snake. I
enough.
mean, a snake's a snake. I mean, I'll beat it with a net. Osprey? No.
Because you don't know where it's going to come from. It could come from behind you and like.
I thought we're catching it.
Yeah, you're catching it, but you've caught it on your line. It's obviously still going to fly.
Well,
so say you've got a bait out and he gets wrapped up in your line, and
Sorry, lost that line.
I think I'd much rather catch a snake than an osprey. I think an osprey. I would just be. The other day when I caught that skate, which I do try to avoid at all costs, even though for the first 30 seconds the fight is fun, and then it's like, oh my goodness, how much money do I have in braid that this fish is about to go away with? I always try to get to the leader, and as soon as I get to the leader with a skate, it's clip, gone, bye.
No.
Just don't even want to deal with you anymore.
I've picked up skates before. I told you.
Swapped with the wings.
No, it's not bad. Like I think I've told the story a few times over at Henlopen. There was one day that like we only had so many flies that were working. And
Yeah, it's
our
true.
friend Jerry
True.
kept hooking.
True.
Not Jerry Porter, but other Jerry hooked. Jerry picked one up one time. Like I want the fly back. I want to catch flounder.
Well, I can. That's a scenario where, but I mean, how many quarter-ounce jig heads do you carry on a boat when you're out throwing for stripers and
Red
redfish?
flyfish.
A bunch of them. So I don't need to worry about that. Paul said osprey. Sean said the nope rope. I'm guessing the nope rope's a snake.
Yeah, probably.
Probably. Okay.
There's a reason I carry a couple knives.
Wayne,
on
hey,
me.
Wayne's here. What's up, buddy? Thanks for loving the show. We appreciate that.
Did you call him Wayne?
That it's my cousin.
No,
Yeah.
but it's Steven.
Yeah, but it's Stephen Wayne. It's his name.
Oh,
So.
well, yeah, one of those people.
I don't know.
No, I'm talking about you guys.
Yeah.
No, just kidding.
That's what it is. Let's see. Next item on this week's This or That. Joey, this
Ryan?
is going to be a tough one. It's a tough one for me, and I wrote it. The toughest ones,
Toughest ones are the ones you always write.
yeah. Visit the moon for 2 days or get a month-long all-expense vacation anywhere in the world.
There's only so much going on the moon.
Yeah, but you could say you went to the moon.
So
You could say
And then
you
what?
spent... I don't know, but there's not going to be that many people that get to go and say they spent the weekend on the moon.
I'm going to use my Dogecoin with Elon, and I'm going to go to space with it. Everyone's going to be doing it. I
Okay,
want a
you're probably right about
month-long,
that.
all expense paid. Yeah, that was great.
I would take the month-long all-expense paid,
The
too.
moon's 2 days.
I don't think it was that tough.
You could.
I don't think it's that
A
tough.
lot of stuff could happen.
And
in
you'd
2
have to be
days.
on like suits and like something could go wrong on all the movies. Something goes wrong.
I wear my birthday suit all the time. I don't know if that would work in space.
But no, you'd have to wear like the big bubble suit and you'd be all restricted in it and walking around like no.
I don't see the moon being like a thing like it was back when the pioneer days of the moon. Like,
Okay.
just it's been done.
Paul said the moon. Your dad wants to go to the moon.
Like, I would much
To the
rather
moon, Alex.
like. Let's think of the right stuff. I'd rather much be a Chuck Yeager
Mhm.
and be that kind of guy than the space guys.
Yeah, it's
That,
tough
was
to-
that guy was a. Yeah, I'd rather Chuck Yeager was just a badass.
Sean chose vacation too.
Yeah, vacation all day.
It's so hard to compete
Oh, you
with
get-
a month away. You imagine how you would come back from that, and that's a no guilt month away too. All expenses paid, no matter what you wanted to do. You
Oh, yeah?
could go anywhere. You can't compete with that. The moon cannot compete with all
To
expenses
the moon. I'm going to steal the moon.
No.
Yes, and the minions. Is this our last this or that?
No, that was not our last. We have one more this or that.
Real quick, speaking of vacation, my anniversary is coming up on June 22nd.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a flood tide in Swansboro on the 21st and 22nd. So I politely asked Jessica if she wanted to go on a cruise on a 17-foot skiff with a polling platform, and then I'd have Perry play like some Italian music, like run a gun. Yeah, that's more. Yeah. She denied.
Did she really decline that offer of a cruise?
I called it a cruise. It's so flood tides with redfish in the marsh is like when you're gonna find the tailors.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're way deep in there because it's flooding. So I was like, oh, that'd be a great trip.
But Swansboro's a nice place.
Yeah.
It's a perfect romantic getaway.
We could sleep above Pogies.
Yes. Yep.
Go get some tailors. Get some nice seafood. She can't eat shellfish. She gets the gout.
There's plenty of other stuff to do in Swansboro.
Go ride our bikes in the Croatan.
Croatan. You're so close to all these things. It's a great weekend
and take
getaway.
a cruise on a little skiff.
It's a great weekend. I don't know how she could.
With a handsome guy named Captain Perry.
I will go with you on your anniversary cruise.
Well, the 22nd of June is summer solstice.
Longest day.
Longest day.
Longest day. So you get all that opportunity to do so much activities.
It's beautiful in the marsh.
And you don't
you
want
to talk about mosquitoes.
Yeah. Let's see. Would you rather, Joey, have to hunt your own meat or grow your own food?
Ooh. That one's tough. Like, there's a lot of stakes on both sides of that one. Like, what could go wrong? I want to go smack a turkey in the mouth.
I know you've got that hole that you want to go longbow hunt a turkey.
I know that's my goal this fall and winter is to prep for that.
Is that a thing? Is that a thing people do?
Not a lot.
Longbow for turkey? Would you take a tin cup with you and be real hipster and be like, I'm out longbow
No, I don't want to be
hunting
hipster about it.
turkey?
Like, there's a connection when I always think about it. Like,
how the natives would have.
Not how the native. I don't know if it's like a primal, like, I'm a man, I definitely don't want to clean the damn turkey, but I have no problem with it. My dad might not want to do it because last time we went pheasant hunting years ago, he was just gagging the whole time we were cleaning the pheasants. No, I mean, I definitely pick hunt. Like,
because hunting for meat, I mean, that would include fishing, I think. No?
So,
well, you do hunt fish.
The closest thing fishing-wise to hunting for me is like tailing redfish or sight fishing.
Yeah.
Like you're stalking that. You're not just winging it. You're not casting. Like you're stalking that animal in the elements and you have one shot at it and it's gone. Mm-hmm. That's the closest thing to hunting would probably be like tailing redfish to me.
And you would pull your longbow back.
No, I got a fly rod.
And it would go toink. The arrow would fall out. You'd shoot yourself in the foot with it.
No, there's like the fact, like the ethical factor. I think with like, especially a longbow, like you have to be like
proficient.
Yes, super precise. Like, it has to be an ethical kill. You got to be close. Like, you have to bring that animal in. That's what drives me to it. I don't want to go out and just start killing stuff. Like, I want the whole process.
Well, I'm not a big. I have hunted in the past.
I don't want to get old 30-06 and shoot a deer. Like, but I would pick hunting over farming. That freaking sucks.
Yeah, that's.
I mean, you could stalk an elk for a week and then shoot it, and you got a crap ton of meat.
Yeah. Versus going out and Mother Nature could just blow up your corn crop and you're done.
Yeah.
There's a lot more risk in the whole growing your own food versus hunting for your own.
And it depends on what you're hunting because there's risk too. Like the elk, for example, you shoot that thing 4 or 5 miles away from where you need. Like you got to figure out how to pack that food in an area to take it out piece by piece, whether it's a creek or you bury it or something so the animals don't get it.
There's also
you could waste whole harvest.
You could go to hunt for elk and encounter a deer and
or
there's
a bear.
From a farming perspective, it's like, no, I'm growing tomatoes and corn and
here's my problem with farming.
One thing
I have a nice plant or a nice field of corn. And I start hearing these voices, and I have to build a baseball field, and then it's plowed under all my crops, and I got to go look for some guy up in Boston, and I come back, and then my brother-in-law wants to take over my farm, and then Shoeless Joe Jackson comes out, and then I'm rich, so maybe I will go farming. foreclose on my house.
I think everybody said Paul, Sean, Michael. Everybody said hunt.
Or mid.
And Paul said the only thing that was going on with that is that let's see, you say pheasant that y'all were hunting?
The last
grouse?
animal I cleaned with my dad was a long time ago. Was pheasants.
Pheasant. He said
they
it
just
just
stink.
smelled.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just cleaning an animal.
Like,
They
yeah,
smell.
It's gonna smell.
It smells horrible.
And I don't think cleaning fish is as gross as like gutting an animal.
No, cleaning it. I feel less guilty cleaning a fish than like an animal.
I'm guilted as a thing. It's just less gross. You know,
Yeah.
you just slice open the belly, everything pulls out, and you just pulls out, and you just chop the head off and run some scales off, and everything that's left is meat and deliciousness.
Yeah.
So that's easy versus like gutting a deer and having to butcher it and all that other
It's a whole
stuff
process.
that's going on.
I
I have
shoot
a whole
it.
collection of knives now that I could do.
You
that
do?
with. I did. I think I'm done. I think
you?
I'm done. Yeah, I think.
Because
I'm
last
done.
time we recorded, you bought a knife after the episode.
Yeah, I bought it because you had that. So that haul, the Gerber haul.
Yeah.
I thought that was a finger. Is your knife not a finger?
No, it's a little thumb.
It's thumb. Okay, but it opened really easy. That's what
My
it
dad
was.
bought me a fidget spinner so I'm not playing with my knife as much.
Do you need a man like it's made basically just like little throwing star blades with like a spinny thing in the middle?
Oh no!
So
I got one of the circular. I play with it a lot.
like an actual
so I'm
fishing
not
spinner.
cutting myself or breaking my knives. Yeah.
Smart. Thank you, Paul.
Thank you.
Protect the Joey.
Yeah.
Hashtag protect Joey. Okay, you got anything else you want to before
No,
we
like
shut
I
this
said,
thing down this
I
week?
tried to take my wife on a nice cruise. Tailing Redford. There's like you plan a flood tide around a full moon in the marsh.
It's fishing time, baby.
Yeah.
It's fishing time. I'm so glad. It's like the warm weather's here. June is here. Everything's biting. Everything's moving.
Yeah, but I
everything's
gotta get in the water.
shaking. I'm pumped.
I gotta
I'm
get in the
so
water. I
pumped.
gotta
I'm so
finish my
pumped.
dad's fishing rod.
Yep.
I gotta build another fly rod. I gotta get things settled at work and then just get cracking.
Oh, all of a sudden, a bunch of people chimed in the live stream.
Hang doodly.
Well, Michael said wild hogs smell bad. Yeah, whether they're alive or dead, I'm pretty sure they smell bad. And your dad said, "Yeah, you were getting ready to lose a finger, Joey." So,
It was coming.
and Chris said, "Yeah, Medford didn't make the cut. I like eating, so apparently those knives are very, very expensive from what I hear. Medford knives.
Well, you gotta kill something. You gotta John Rambo it. You gotta climb up in a tree and hop down on a wild boar.
I did. I was worried. I pulled out my
Naked?
Kershaw today when I was out working on the dock because I had to cut the carpet off of the top bunks. I'm going, I don't want to drop this knife in the water. And I was like, nope, that's what it's for. Sliced away. Billy's here. Hey, Billy, hope your back's doing well. I know that he's been having some back issues, so hope that's all good. And you're able to get out in your kayak, and hopefully that motor that you've got in your 120 is working out well. Thanks, everybody, for listening to this episode and watching this episode of the Maryland Fishing Line. You can get in touch with us on Facebook.com/Angler Magazine Chesapeake. We're on Instagram at Chesapeake Angler. You can find me at BN Range. Joey, how can folks get in touch with you?
Just find me. I'm kind of all over now. No, my how am I supposed to? My Instagram is at Joey Skorsky 24 at Pack Paddles.
Pack Paddle Sports.
Pack Paddle Sports, whatever that one is. I'll be spending a lot of time over at the paddle shop for a while while we work on stuff here. That's kind of like my home operations. I've always said I need to focus more time on paddle sports. Now I can.
Yeah. Oh, don't be surprised, everybody, if you go into the Leonardtown Paddle Sports shop and you see a bike on the rack.
Yeah, no, I bought a huge. I talked about it in the bike podcast. I bought a huge Cobalt Father's Day sale tool chest. I think I'm gonna do another one. Yeah, I got part bike stuff in there. I'm trying to cater to everyone.
I can't imagine how difficult this is going to be.
It's
As
tough.
A mechanic collects his tools through the course of a lifetime, and
Yeah, I collected that stuff.
and now it's all gone. Man, devastating.
It
Devastating.
happens.
That's a tough break, but
It's how you move forward that makes you.
yeah, you get all new stuff. It's like Christmas every day. YouTube.com/Chesapeake
New stuff always
Angler.
isn't the greatest.
No. Sometimes that old stuff that it's the character and it's been broken in and it's
Yeah.
got the right feel and you know exactly how much pressure to apply to a tool to make it do exactly what you want it to do.
Or they don't make it anymore.
They don't
Or
make
they don't
it
make it like
anymore.
they used to, which is a real thing. Anyway,
Yes, very much a thing.
I love tools.
Okay, folks, thanks for tuning in and watching, and we'll talk to you again next week.
Love you. Bye.
Love you. Bye.
Dang, 8:30 and you have to go home.
Live
You don't have to
streaming
go.
is still going. Hey,
Man, my neck is
everybody.
so sore tonight.
Thank you. We'll talk to you next week. Love you. Bye.
Love you. Bye.